Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another packing video. Want to start by just thanking everyone that ordered one of these stickers. I do have them all put together, as you can see. Have the envelopes all ready to go with the labels on them, so now I just have to match up thank you cards with the labels and stuff those in there. I'm going to do that off camera, of course, but thank y'all. Okay, we're going to start with an Etsy package first. One of these painted ponies sold for $90, free ship. And I've said it before, but on Mercari, if something weighs over a pound, it's not media, we choose to bake the shipping into the price and ship it ourselves via pirate ship. Reason, they really just don't have good shipping options above 16 ounces. They have some kind of weird deals with they have like weird deals with UPS and FedEx and stuff, and or I think they might, they have flat rate? I'm not sure. I think they might. Anyway, none of that stuff is a good deal for the customer, in my opinion. And I don't want to bring packages to FedEx or UPS or any of that. So we choose to do it like this, which isn't great because if customers aren't paying attention, which sometimes they don't, they'll see our price, say on this, at $90, and they might not notice at first anyways that that price does include the shipping, whereas someone else that's selling one for, say, $80 plus shipping, or let's say $75 plus some crappy Mercari flavor of shipping that costs like $15 or $20 or something, and they might not notice that ours is actually the better deal, or they might sometimes, I don't know. But that's why we do that from Mercari. Their shipping rates and methods are just atrocious on things that are in that weight range. I've always thought that's probably one of the big ways they make their money, or on those shipping methods. Also, I was looking through, I was looking at eBay messages last night. Noticed something kind of surprising. Had a, I'll put a little screenshot of it. Had a little, actually a big overage charge. Shipped a car repair manual via media mail, which it qualifies for, and they basically said it does not qualify for that service. They didn't actually say the reason. They said it can't be shipped using that service though. And then they not only did they do that, but the package weighed like, y'all know how big one of those manuals are. They're like 12-10-2 kind of size. But they didn't go back and charge me like ground advantage for 2 pounds. They charged us medium USPS priority medium flat rate. I don't remember what it was. It was like 14 something like that, and then billed us $10. And next up we have a Mr. Gasser going out using the 1086. It's one of the eBay ones. Bubble on it. I did weigh it out. And we've got just enough. Yeah. Got room for bubble and paper. It'll still come in under a pound. Yep, .94, perfect. And we're shipping another model here, Mother's Worry. Same kind of deal. And I mentioned this on the Shed Flips vlog, but I'll mention it here too because I just ran into this exact situation. So it used to be that if you put in 16 ounces for eBay, you get the same price as if you put in 15 ounces. Now, officially, that rate goes from 12.01 ounces up to 15.99 ounces. But historically, if you put in 16 ounces, you would still get that same rate as if you had put in 15. It would be the same cost. They made a change. Now, if you put in 16 ounces on eBay as of today, which is July 10th, 2024, hopefully things have changed since by the time I upload this video, even, I hope. But they're charging you the 2-pound rate on that last package. Oh, here's another issue. If you put in a fractional, you can't put in fractional weight on eBay. So you can't put in, like the last package I packed was 15.2 ounces. You can't put 15.2 ounces into eBay. It has to be whole numbers. Pirate Ship, however, you can put in 15.2 ounces. So for packages that are between 15 and 16 ounces from now on until eBay changes something else, the only way to get the fair rate for me is to buy my shipping off of eBay, which I'm going to have to do probably for this one too. Let's see what the weight is. 0.90. I don't remember what 0.90 is. I think it's 0.90 times 16. Yeah, okay, this one I actually can use eBay label for because it's 15 ounce. All right, we sold 6-pack of guitar strings and put these in a bubble mailer. I'm gonna put a little more bubble on it. They aren't delicate at all. We'll do that. We have a little bit of weight left. I did already put the label on. The bubble wrap I just put on here. It's not one to slide very easy. And the reason I did use a bubble mailer this time is because the item didn't need any more than a bubble mailer, and I'm coming in just below 8 ounces on the weight there, so that's a good thing. All right, sold this Basically Strange magazine. Oh, I was telling y'all a story about media rate. I'll finish it up on the next pack, I promise you. Well, I guess I can finish it now, or start finishing it now. So anyway, got that adjustment. Hate when I forget what I'm saying between packages. Got that adjustment for over $10. I'll show the screenshots. I did see where they said something to the effect, if you feel like you got this in error or want to appeal it or whatever, and they give an email address. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty nice. Let me try that. All right, last order we're gonna pack today. Real good order for a bunch of books. We got all these paperbacks just a couple of days ago, or over the weekend, I guess. Was it the weekend? Yeah, it was. It was actually Friday. Same time we got all the models. I'm taking these out. I had these kind of packed like that, and then here are the Agatha Christie's, but I need to combine them both together in the same box, and there's no reason I can't. Okay, but yeah, really nice order here. I wasn't expecting these to go together, but they are. That's kind of cool, actually. They've been together all these years. They still get to stay together. All right, we got 40 of these suckers here. These Agathas. Both of these franchises are great to sell for book lots. After all these years, people still want this stuff. Almost, I guess, classics at this point. I have never personally read an Agatha Christie book. I've never read a James Bond book either, for that matter. Okay. All right. So, actually, that second box I can reuse if I think they'll fit. Even if I don't think they'll fit, I can stack another box on top and make it happen. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a little paper and just start loading books. And actually that other box that I just discarded, I can use that. So yeah, I'm going to grab a bunch of poly mailers here, and we're just going to start loading books in them. So back to that, I was telling a story too. Back to the media mail thing. So they have an email address where it says you can appeal their ruling or whatever. And so I wrote a quick email. It took me like 3 minutes. Wrote a quick email, included screenshots of the of their notice saying how much they were charging me, and then I also included a screenshot from eBay that showed the item, the order page or whatever, and it, of course it also has the tracking number and everything. So that should be, to me, that's a reasonable amount of proof that that's what that label was used for. It's not proof though, because it doesn't like prove what I put in the package. But it did occur to me also that there is a rule that some of y'all have called me out on for breaking occasionally, and it's true. Like, y'all know how I put I know for a fact, like, putting a sticker in a package goes against media mail rules. Also, I think even a thank you card might go against the rules, because at that point it's not media, it's correspondence. I always thought that rule was stupid and chose not to follow it, but I will allow that if they come back I've always willingly disobeyed that. If they do come back and say that that was the reason that they did it, then I'll let it go. I'll accept that, because I have been knowingly disobedient of that rule, and I'll continue to be. I think, however, most USPS workers are not aware of that rule. Maybe they are, I don't know, but we'll see what they say. I did like that I didn't have to even log in to USPS or anything to file that appeal, and I didn't have to fill out a whole bunch of forms and junk like that, because that would have been a real pain. So we'll see. I will keep y'all updated on that appeal and see what happens. The more I thought about it, I was like, man, it might be those stickers, and it very well could be. If it is, I will let y'all know. And those of y'all that said, hey Lonnie, it's against the rules to do that, I will let y'all get a nice big fat I told you so out of it. Those are always a little what do you call it, satisfying. All right, looking at the height of these, and I know already that trying to get that into just the 12-12-12 is going to be tight, and there's no reason to do it. This, I'm almost certain this is going media. Okay, oh boy, I'm almost certain that the media is going to be cheaper than the corresponding well, it's not too tall, is it? It's not going to be much cheaper, or cheap. It's not going to be, media is probably going to be cheaper than Ground Advantage in this case. But I'm not 100%. I'm going to trim these off a little bit. I'm going to bring the other box back. Alright, let's see what a mess this is now. That's alright. As a matter of fact, you know what I might do? I'm kind of scared now. If I do end up shipping this media, I'm scared to put a thank you card and a sticker in. That's dumb. You can't tell somebody thank you. I feel like big companies and stuff put promotional junk like that in their packages. Maybe they don't. Okay. You know what? Forget them. I'm still doing it. I'm going to say thank you, even though it's saying thank you is illegal. Okay. Thank you should not be illegal. Stickers are not a crime. I'm a rebel. It's my protest, my sticker protest. Join me. Yeah. This is actually kind of nice. I mean, it does get double wall for a good way. I know it's just paperback books. But this is a pricey order. I mean, we were really happy to get the models at that sale, because, you know, like, oh yeah, those are valuable and stuff. But these books were a nice little score too. Where y'all at on that medium L thing? Do y'all think saying thank you in a sticker should be a crime? Ugh. Okay. Some of their rules are just like, I understand most of them make sense to me, but some of them are just like really weird and arbitrary. Must have come up from some petty situation that happened years ago. Because they're just not very, it's not consistent. Only the rule breakers say that, though. All right, let's see. I'm gonna put this tape here. So just use two. Oh, I need to go down the corners too. I don't need this thing splitting open. These are a little heavy. Probably am going to be shipping these media, and I'm going to do the rare thing where I buy insurance, because you don't get any insurance included, and there's no guarantee at all this will make it if I don't buy insurance. I will pay for it this time. All right, welcome to another day, y'all. We are going to pack these Calista, some kind of rollers or something. Hot rollers. Candace got those. That's a bolo. Candace got those at an estate sale. Paid $12.50 for them, which is we sell a pretty good many hot rollers, and that's definitely on the upper end. And wouldn't normally pay that much for them, but these are like some kind of specialty ones or something. So we did. Or Candace did. And she was right to pay that. It's a really good sale. Take a little bit off this box, not too much. Busy shipping day today. Actually, packed these are all the Shed Flips sticker and magnet combos that are going out. So thank you very much if you ordered one of those. Okay. Oh, I've got to remember. Got to remember to order paper. Or actually, I've got enough time. Like this might even be 2 weeks worth of paper. I don't know. But got enough time. I'm gonna need to check and see if we currently have a coupon from Zorro or not. They send them out so often. That's the key to them. If you don't use a coupon on a lot of stuff, Zorro is a little more expensive than Grainger, but if you do use a coupon, then Zorro a lot of times is considerably cheaper than Grainger. And Grainger is already very competitive. Zorro plus coupon is pretty hard to beat, I think. Unless you're getting boxes for free or something. They can't compete with free. But if you buy boxes, I don't know that you can beat Zorro plus a coupon, especially with the convenience factor of it showing up at your door. Link for Zorro is down below, or links to the boxes we use. Okay, that one's done. All right, we're going to pack some Scentsy up here. Fingers crossed on the Scentsy stuff that it doesn't melt in transit. Although I did look, because I was like concerned about that. I did look, and it looks like the melt point of Scentsy starts at about 130 degrees Fahrenheit, which, I mean, it can get that hot inside of a car or something maybe. So hopefully that doesn't happen. That's all we can do. We've never actually had any complaints of things melting in transit, so hopefully it doesn't start now. All right, if y'all remember the little Nikon SO1, I think that's what it was. Nikon, I think it was it a Coolpix SO1? I think that's the little small silver camera that we got for 25 cents. Well, at the same time we got this charger. I think it was for a quarter as well. And initially I was hoping this was the charger for that camera, but it wasn't. Just needed a little. I paid $9 to get a charger for the camera, or a cable for the camera, and basically this charger that we did buy from them covers the cost of the charger we bought. Kind of worked out. I like buying little OEM chargers, especially if you can get them for like 25-50 cents, which you can a lot of times. That one's done. All right, we're packing these 4 models here: Road Agent, Dragnut, Mr. Gasser, and Mother's Worry. Got a bunch of models going out today. I think I'm going to go with a 12-12-12 box for this one. It should fit in here just fine. These models are pretty light. Usually they weigh like, most of these models are weighing in around 8 ounces or so. Sometimes just a little more. So single models, like I have to weigh them on a case-by-case basis, but single models a lot of times will go for like 15 ounces. Oh, by the way, I think I mentioned it earlier. Oh, I did about the 15 ounce thing. The 16 ounce thing on eBay charging £2 now. So look out for that, because we had those packs yesterday where we packed some models. And how am I going to do this though? Let's see. And I actually bought the postage on is this even going to fit? Starting to think it won't. I can't put them side by side. Okay, I think I'm going to change course here. Okay, here's the 16, 12, 10. I think that's going to be necessary for this. Maybe resizing, I'm not sure. Let me check it out before I build it out anymore. Let's see how these are going to go. I mean, I think, yeah, this is just what I need. This is what I have to have for this pack. Yeah. Okay. That's what it's got to be. They paid shipping on each one of these models, so I'm gonna be refunding some amount anyway. Also, what I want to do, I think I'm gonna put a little paper in each one. Just to keep everything from bouncing around too much. And then I'm going to bubble wrap each model like that. Like if y'all saw, that one had some clear parts in it. That doesn't need to be bouncing around, getting scratched up and stuff. We've been buying models for years, and it's always strange to me because, like, you'll see, like, these models are clearly new, so somebody just took the shrink off of them and then closed them back up. And I see this all the time with models, like over and over, models that are new, open box, over and over, and you see it on eBay too. Must be something that model buyers do, is they buy models, open them up, look at them, and then put them back on the shelf. Is that what's going on? I don't know why it's like that, but it is so common to see models and you open them up and everything is new. Everything's on trees and everything. It's like, do they buy the models, take the shrink off, and they just want to verify there's parts in there? And I don't, must be a procrastination thing, I'm guessing. Okay. I didn't want to use a box this big, but after staging them in there, that's what this requires. So that's what it gets. I try not to pack too big when I can, but when a pack requires a certain size, that's what it requires. Putting paper all the way down to that first level. Come back and do second level now. Very pleased to see these selling, not only for the revenue, profit, but models take up a lot of room. I've always found that good models typically sell pretty quick though. Especially if you have something kind of cool like these. your ordinary car models you see all the time. You know, sometimes this might be like $15 or so that you'll get. Okay, that's done. Okay, we got a little 34 Ford 5-window coupe. Okay, this one's pretty tight and everything's bagged, so I'm not going to do anything extra with it. It's not moving around much anyway. 1086, it turns out, is a pretty good size for a lot of models. 1086 is just an all-star box. I can't believe I wasn't using it more before now. I love selling models. Love them. I wish we could come across a deal where we get like 10,000 models for $1 a piece. That'd be a dream. That would just be a dream. We have this Frankenstein model, and I put it in this box. I'm not even sure. I don't think I intended to ship it in this box. No, I didn't, because it's so tight. I think I just did this to kind of protect it a little bit, I guess. I don't know. All right, what am I going to do with this anyways? Maybe I'll just keep going. Shipping at 2 pounds. See, I already got a little paper in there. I might do box and box. Nah, it's not even necessary. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Thinking out loud. This is the box I made up for that pack a minute ago. There's another model, bell ringer. You were pretty sure is the Hunchback. I already, yeah, this is good to go. I guess there must have been some kind of copyright issue or something with Hunchback. It's weird they didn't just call it that. A lot of people call it that in the title. We did too, I think. This box is so awful. Had some water damage. It was just kind of gross. Like if it's a certain level of bad, I don't even want to include the box. It didn't. Okay, under a pound. Scooby-Doo Scentsy warmer. First, I'm going to give this a little bit of a shake before I even look at it. It is new in here, but I heard some stuff kind of moving around. This has got to be in here just right. There, it's got to be sitting perfectly flat like that, and then I'm going to put a little paper in here, not too tight. That's too much. Just looking to stop any kind of motion. Let me see. Try this out. See what this feels like now. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. This is a nice little pickup at a garage sale. Scentsy dealer. And I don't know, she's probably breaking the contract. If she's still an active dealer, or maybe it doesn't even matter if you're active. You're probably still breaking a contract, even if you're no longer a representative for them. Maybe garage sale, you're not going to get caught, really, probably. But I know these MLMs have some crazy rules sometimes. Okay, let's see. Let me check out this size. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be good. Yeah, we got lucky on that because Candace, they had 25 on it. Candace offered 20. And we did buy a bunch of Scentsy melts too that we kind of overpaid for, maybe a little bit. But the whole deal worked out great. But the lady was away and we were about to pay whenever she pulled up. I don't know if she would have taken 5 less. Wouldn't have mattered. We still would have bought it. Yeah, this will be good. Resize it a little bit. Like that. Okay, y'all remember that box Frankenstein was in? Well, we're putting this Royal Copenhagen 1951 collector plate in it. We were we had to be talked into buying these at an estate sale. Glad we were. We only had to pay $5 a piece, and we sold 2 of these plates for over $100 a piece. And they sold within a couple of weeks. If you're kind of new to this, this does not mean that you should go out and buy all the collector plates you can find. I guess y'all noticed that I put strengtheners on top and bottom. And the plate is really well packed inside of its own container also. Yeah, most collector plates you see are going to be pretty hard sells. Okay, even if they look cool. There were so many. I remember all the infomercials back in the days. Okay, there we go. That's done. That feels good too. All right, we sold this bullseye guy. Been waiting a while to sell that thing. And that packaging is kind of a bad size. It's a little bit longer than 12 inches. It's like 13 inches, I think. Actually, it might be right at, no, it's a little more. It's about 12.5 inches. And the easiest way for me to deal with that, because it's going to ship at 2 pounds regardless. Easiest way for me to deal with that is just to use a 16, 12, 10. Still going to ship it 2 pounds. And yes, I am going to resize it down a good bit. My other alternative was to use a 12, 12, 12. And if I did that, I would have been resizing twice. I would have had to make the box longer and shorter. And this way, actually not that long on the sides. This way, I only have to resize 1 dimension. And the boxes, believe it or not, are about the same cost anyway. This box might be 10 cents more or something. Get pretty far down there because we're going to have a pretty good bit of cardboard on here. I just want to be at like 2 pounds when we get done with this. And I think that'll be pretty, I think we're going to be well under. Maybe not. I guess I could get a little sneak peek. See where we're at right now. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I don't know. No, 1.72. Okay, yeah. So we could, as long as we don't put more than a 1/4 pound of paper. I don't think we're going to do that. Although we do have to put paper to fill that void on the ends. see where we're at now. I don't even know how much that much paper weighs. 1.94. We're doing good. Perfect. Probably by the time I put thank you card, sticker, tape, probably going to be around like 1.97 or something. A big old box to come in under 2 pounds, isn't it? Got all that done. All right, let's see. I'm going to call 1.98. No. Okay. Did it lose a little weight? Huh? Okay. All right. So I'll take that. Okay, we're going to take a little break now. We're going to pack a Muscle Man. And do our little bubble ball. Oh yeah, he's going to be good in there. And yes, I already fixed the label to it. Okay. Okay, when we bought the models, we also bought some books. One of them. This thing is still sealed. Sealed. I think this was a gift for joining the NRA. So I had a couple of other books, similar books. That was one of those sales where you go into rush mode. You get in there and you're looking around like, oh my gosh. And we go into those kind of sales where there's so much good stuff. I always get a little bit of anxiety. Because I'm like, okay, gotta hurry, gotta hurry. So the next person that walks through the door is gonna be a reseller and they're gonna say, I wanna buy it all. So we got to hurry and get our stuff now, you know, that, and it's not really a bad way to be. Not the time to chit chat and waste time. It's the time to make that pile and go. We were very, very fortunate the models are still there too. All right, time to reload the labels. It usually goes pretty smooth. Sometimes I don't get them lined up just right. But yeah, when we got to that sale, like we were there for the models, but we didn't realize it was a garage sale. We thought we were just going to like a sale where they were selling their stuff on Facebook. But we get closer and closer and we see garage sale signs with the address we're going to. Go in and there's a few shoppers there. Oops. Can't use that first one. I tore it. I should have went the other way. So anyway, we get in the house. Did I unplug it? I always do that. Yep. So anyway, we get in the house. So we get in the house and, oh no, I can't let that go. And I make a beeline. I'm like, I get in and I'm like, where's the models? Where are the models at? We had talked to you earlier on Messenger. She's like, oh yeah, they're right here. I go where she tells me to go, and there's a young guy, probably, he might be 19 or maybe early 20s. He was young. And he's got his phone out and he's standing next to some golf clubs. And I'm like, oh boy, it's a reseller. And he's over there by the models, kind of looking at me as I'm going through them, and then I'm trying to go ahead and quickly, I have him in my peripheral vision. I'm like, okay, I gotta lock these models up now. So we cut the deal on the models, and then that's when I realized the kid with the phone was actually a member of the family, and he was just trying to help price stuff. So whew, I just knew it was, usually when you see a young person at a garage sale with their phone out, 99.9 times out of 100 it's a reseller. Except this time it wasn't. All right. Yeah, I think we just got one more thing to pack here. This model was a little tight long ways, but it's in like a the box it's in is actually stronger than this box. Kind of weird. The line that model is in says, I think it says hobby shop only. So I guess it was some kind of different packaging. Definitely more space efficient, because usually models are packaging is made bigger so it stands out on like a retail shelf. Okay, now we have a plush. Pretty high. This is a really cool looking one too. I like that pumpkin print, pumpkin nose, just really neat. I like that. Higher value plush, Mercari sale. We're gonna put some cut protection in there. Put some on the bottom. And we'll put even more on the top here. So where they go to slice. I mean, there's not really a great chance it's going to happen anyways, because most of it's covered here. But a higher value plush, I think it's good to take little extra precaution. And we put it on the bottom, one strip, just in case they open it upside down. All right, that is it. All right, welcome back. Well, you didn't go anywhere, same video, huh? Welcome to Friday. How about that? We're packing a poster first thing. We use a Gemini comic mailer. Love these flat pack posters for that reason. This is way easier than packing one that, you know, rolls up or whatever, long tube. We actually have 2 posters going out today, which I'm happy about, because we have hundreds of posters for sale, and they haven't really been moving. I'm not too worried. I haven't been too worried about it, because We got them at a really good cost, and they don't take up much room to store either. That one's going there. All right, next up is this Godzilla model. Bad box. Sealed contents. Okay, it's 13 inches long. And this box is 12 by 10 by 4. So we need to make it a little bigger. Just a little bit though. Which means we can use this easy method. Don't even have to measure. We'll just make it wider by one of these. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Usually I just I know which side intuitively know which side to do that on, but sometimes if I think about it, then I confuse myself. So it's one of those things I'm better off just doing without thinking. There we go. After saying all that, I wonder if I screwed it up. Nah, it's good. Alrighty, should be good to go now. Oh man. Alright, I'll give old bad box a little bubble wrap. I did price that guy a pretty good bit cheaper than everyone else because of the box. But the good thing is, like, for the models that we bought, or whether they were worth $60 or $20 or whatever, it didn't matter, because we bought them all for the smaller ones for $4 a piece. We bought 29 models. I think it was 29 models total at $4 a piece, plus we had 2 larger models that we paid 10 a piece for. So even the ones that I had to price lower because they weren't worth as much, or if they had issues like this one did, we still made a good margin. Okay. Godzilla is ready. Oh, no, not quite. Got these ugly little, or ugly big fat perforations to cover up. Now it's ready. All right, we got some Paca Paka toilet ninjas going out. I think we might be one of the biggest Paca Paka sellers on eBay right now. You think we might be, Candace? We might, huh?
We were, when we definitely were when we put all that up.
Yeah? Okay. We've had some times here and there where we were the largest seller of some niches. maybe Walmart pens. I don't know what else. That's hard to do, to be the biggest in a niche, because there's a lot of specialists out there. All right, that's done. All right, Phantom of the Opera going out. I think this is gonna, this box, I don't just think it, I did kind of hold it up to it, but this box I think is a pretty tight fit. I don't normally like to go with something quite that tight, but I will this time. I think this is appropriate for this order. Doesn't that sound like it's broken? We're selling Babysitters Club books. I think this, is this gonna work? Yeah, this should fit. Okay. 12-10-4. Grab us a probably 2 polys. Okay, just gonna make them about the same height. A little bit of extra room on the sides. Fill that in. And maybe I'll hide these in case the media mail police go looking for my sticker. Yeah. Right, that's done. All right, packing a Dritz Taylor board. It's actually an international sale. I only paid a couple of bucks for this thing. And we're using a gigantic box. This thing is about 14 inches long, and I had a choice to either resize a 12-12-12 box twice. You know what? Maybe I've been thinking about it. I'm not going to do this. I was thinking I was going to resize that box twice, but I don't have to. I can just do this once. Well, let me restate that. I was thinking I was going to have to resize. Yeah, this will work. I was thinking I was going to have to resize a 12 12 12 twice, length and height. But if I do this 12 10 4, I can just resize once. Okay, so let's see. Is that enough? No, it's not. Okay, let me figure out how far over I'm going to go. It's easier if I do it like this. Okay. For me to visualize, I guess. All right. Man, I'm just not sure I like the size of that. So another piece of information. Yeah, I could. Goes all the way to here. Yeah, I could do 15. 15 will be fine. Another piece of information is it is international. It's going EIS. Ever since we got this, actually, you know, it all started when we bought a bunch of sewing patterns. And ever since then, I've kind of been paying a little more attention to the sewing market when we go to like estate sales for the most part. Because it's so often at estate sales, you'll see there's a lot of houses have sewing, like entire rooms dedicated to sewing. When we go to estate sales, just like they'll have. A lot of times when you go to estate sales, of course this is an estate sale company setting it up that way. They didn't necessarily have their house set that way. A lot of times they'll have like one room set up with all Christmas stuff. See that a lot. The Christmas room. And then a lot of times they'll have the sewing room. But many times the sewing room is actually set up by the people that were living there. I imagine a lot of times it was like one of their kids' bedrooms, and then they converted it to the sewing room when they left or something. But yeah, with so much of that product at estate sales, we decided to start dipping our toes in. This particular thing actually found in the garage at an estate sale though. Do this. I was going to check my size, but I'm pretty confident we're good here. Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay, we'll do some paper. Make sure to stuff on either end really good. Yeah, it is a piece of wood, so it's not extremely fragile. Still crack or break though. Okay, we got these little Radio Shack crimp connector things. And I'm going to use a bubble mailer. Put a little bubble. Y'all know I don't do that very often. I just couldn't put this in a box. I do already have the label on the other side, by the way. There we go, that's done. All right, we sold this. This is a cool LSU hat with the tags. Never seen that design before. You use one of these little 10-gallon trash bags, clear. I'm going to give a 864 a whirl. See how it fits in here. Like a glove. Okay. Probably on the outer limit for this size box to ship a hat. All right, that's another poster. Y'all seen this one? We do it the exact same way. Was happy to see 2 posters sell on the same day. Of course, on these I'm very careful before I fold that I'm not folding the poster. Okay, we sold. Oh, I didn't do a thank you card yet. We sold this Nordic. No, it's not Nordic ware. It's just a cake pan.
That is Nordic ware.
Oh, it is Nordic ware. Okay. I don't think it is. Or maybe it is. That's not Nordic ware. Harvest. Where does it say Nordic ware?
Da-da-da. Right here on the pan.
That's weird. Why didn't it say it on the label?
I don't know.
Isn't that odd? Okay. Anyways, writing out the thank you card. And this is the only time that I wish we kept some priority supplies on hand. I don't have a single priority box in the whole place. And the reason is because when you sell on Poshmark, everything goes priority. That's just how it is. That's how they have it set up. So since I don't have those long priority garment type boxes, I'm using my own box, that's fine, whatever. What really sucks is that I could pack this thing, if I had the priority long 1096 or something like that, which I probably should go ahead and stock again, since we do sell on Poshmark a little bit. But yeah, if I had that, it would take me like 60 seconds. Now we're going to do the resize and all that, and we paid $1 for the box. And this is pretty good bit longer than 12 inches. I think it's like 14 inches long or something. Okay. About there. That's all right. A big part of packing is making do with what you got. It's also being, but there's a big part of packing is also being prepared with the right materials too. Somewhere in between there. Okay. Yeah, I do think I'll go ahead and... I think I was out of those anyways. We got rid of all of our other priority boxes, but I don't think we had any 1096s anyways. That was one of the few boxes I really liked from... Well, I used... I used to use those 12, they measured 12/8s. I used to use those a ton. Went through a lot of those, and now Poshmark, I don't even look at priority rates anymore. Haven't for a while. Crazy how much things change. Okay, that's done. I was going to say this is the last item we're going to pack, but it's not. So one more item to pack after this. Sold Big Bird here on Etsy. Okay, if y'all saw the packing of the G.I. Joe Moray, which is the big G.I. Joe boat, Candace was actually going through her box of G.I. Joe parts, found this, started looking it up, and turns out that's a part for the Moray. She tries to be very careful. She usually is like extremely careful with researching like parts and everything, because we sold that as 100% complete. She just missed this, and thankfully we're not shipping this out because the customer complained. We're shipping it out because Candace found it and figured out that this was missing from the Moray. So she messaged them, told them, hey, missed this part, it's on the way, it'll be there in a couple of days. They just got it, I think, day before yesterday. They got the boat. So the fact that we are reaching out to them and saying, hey, we missed it, is way different than them reaching out to us and saying, hey, you missed it. So I think there's a big difference in how that'll be perceived. So I don't anticipate any problem here. Almost didn't turn the camera on. Last thing I've got 7. I've already packed 2. Got my little assembly line of stickers and magnets and stuff going out. So if you bought one, thank you. And thanks for watching. I will see y'all again very soon in the next one. Bye, y'all.